everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and it is Make It, Mail It Monday, and as you can see, we're going to work on a St. Patrick's Day card today. And yes, we're going to play with magicals again because I wanted to show you a different way to play with your magicals. You don't have to just sprinkle them on your paper and spritz them with water or vice versa. Today we're going to use a makeup sponge. So let's get started with this. I've started with a card base that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The mat that we're going to work with is 4 inches by 5 1/4, which gives us this border. I've also rated my scrapbook paper stash and have some that we're going to play with. But let's start with our front. I have here, I'm using Stampin' Up's Granny Apple Green. I tried using the Frolic in the Forest Green from Magicals and from Lindy's, and it's just too dark for what I want. And I played with all different kinds of coloring combinations this morning, as you can see from my tray. And I found that the Granny Apple Green from Stampin' Up works the best. Now, with that said, Lindy's does have a lot of other colors, and I'm sure there's a bright green in there I could work with. I just don't have one. So I'm working with what I have. If you have Ken Oliver's, those will work. Anything that's going to give you whatever color you want to work with for whatever project you're making. Now you'll notice I have sprinkled Granny Apple Green in here, but that is not green. That looks more orange. I'm also going to work with alcohol because alcohol will dry faster and not water down your pigment as much. So I'm just going to squeeze some drops. I could have used my pipette and my alcohol bottle, but I had it in the pan, and I'm just going to stir it around. And I probably don't have enough in there because it's pretty dark, and I want something a little lighter because I don't want it blue. And I'm going to take a piece of scrap here to test with. And see how that's got a green, a blue hint to it. And Granny Apple Green shouldn't have blue to it. So let's pop in some more green. See if we can build up that green color. If not, we'll come back and add some magicals. Just keep playing with what you have. The only thing you do have to keep in mind is if you're working with the alcohol, it is going to dry faster, so you need to work quick. Now see, this is starting to get more of a forest green, emerald green look to it. Still a little more blue than I want, so I'm going to come back in with another one from Stampin' Up, which is also supposed to be a green. It's a moss green. And I had this color combination all figured out, and I'm still getting blue, and I don't want blue. There we go. Now we're starting to get some green and some gold in there. That's the color I want. Okay, so I'm going to wipe this onto my sponge so I don't waste anything. And you're going to work quick. And you're just going to dip your makeup sponge in there and go around your paper just like this. And you can change your direction, blend it all in, and it's not going to take a lot. Looks like my sponge is starting to come apart a little bit. That's okay. But see, it's already drying up just that quick. And I'm going to do another section of that because I really want more green in there. Stampin' Up came up with a couple of different styles. They tried these, which were more like the Ken Oliver's, and they didn't really go over well because nobody knew what to do with them. And so they, let them go, put them into clearance, and then they came up with these, and these pigment sprinkles were a little bit more stylized for what they were looking for. Now, because I'm going to cover up the center, I'm going to dab in the center more and test that color pigmentation out. And then when I know I've got what I want, then I can come back. Okay? Just like that. And then I'm going to come back with my hand and kind of give that a brush. Go back over any white spots that I want to make sure I've got some more color on. Brush it with my fingers and kind of give it a polish. And that'll blend it in. And yeah, you'll have it on your fingers. That's okay. Okay, then I'm coming back with my scrapbook paper. And this is the one I was using. And I've got one more this size. Right down here in the corner. This paper, I cut through the ribbon. I can't tell you what it's from. Maybe I can do that here in a minute. Because, oh, it's, I don't know who made, Green Day, Run of the Luck, Designs by Reminisce. And then I'm just going to come back and I'm just going to quick trim this out. Now I could use a circle die and get a perfect cut. But circles really aren't that hard. You just put your scissors in. And I put mine towards the back and then I just turn the paper as I close the scissors down. Just like that. Then when I get to a new spot, when I get to the tips, I start back over, start at the back, turn the paper as my tips go down. Just like that. Wide to tips, reset, wide to tips, reset, wide to tips, reset. Just like that. Nothing difficult. Oh, I am not sure if I will have a video tomorrow or not, because when I'm done filming this, I'm ripping everything out of the filming corner. I will be back to pull a stick on Wednesday, and then Thursday to do the project video, but not going to happen right away. Yeah, I'm going to take one of my liners for the inside of my cards. Somebody had asked if I ever do the insides of my cards, and I do. I just never think to do it. So I use 32 weight cardstock, or printer paper, and I've got pigment stuck in that corner. There we go. I'm just going to come back in here and brush that, and I'm going to do some across the center up here. And that's where our sentiment will go. Okay, and what I did was I just added some alcohol to this, so that when I dipped the sponge, it just re-wet what was already on my sponge. I didn't have to do any more sprinkles. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I have stickers from Stickabilities, and I have the clear ones, and I have the white ones, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the clear ones for this. And let's do Luck of the Irish on this one. And we're just going to plant it right over top of that. And I'm going to come back, I think, with a... No, I don't want to come back with a shamrock, because I'm going to open up another pad here. I am filming this on Super Bowl Sunday. Who were you rooting for? Did you win? While I'm watching the game today, I am going to be stripping out the corner. I have nachos ready to roll this afternoon. I have wings that I'm going to test out in my my Emerald oven, my Emerald air fryer selection. I've been watching Aaron and Claire. They're a Korean couple, and he does Korean dishes simple. And he gave me an idea for a recipe for chicken wings in my air fryer, so I'm going to give them a try today. So that's all I'm going to do to the inside, okay? And before I put all bumpies on here, I'm going to come back and I'm going to pick this up, run my glue across the back. I'm not sure how my glue got green on the inside. It's only supposed to be green according to the cap, not the glue. And I have another base here. Base is cut, ready to go. And I'm just going to line that up on the inside. It's just, I do the inside, you just never see me do the inside, if that makes sense. So, I always go back and do the inside when I get ready to send the card. Okay, and then we're going to crease this over. Okay, we're going to put this on here. So I am rooting for the Chiefs. If my pathetic Broncos are not playing, if the Colts are not in the game, then I root for Mahomes. I'm sorry. He appears to be a good guy. Doesn't seem to be really arrogant about his position. Now, from another piece of scrapbook paper, I've cut this tweed looking thing, and I've got a burr right there I need to get rid of. And I have cut it to the 4 inches by 1 inch. And we're just going to run some glue down this one. I think I'm getting green in the glue because my fingers are green, so my pigment's coming off into my glue. And I'm going to set this over about 1/4 inch, just like that. Peel my backs off my dimensionals. And just like that, I have a St. Patrick's Day card. I know, Valentine's Day is almost here, and then I can get it out of my system, well, except for the fact I am doing a Valentine kind of themed journal for February. So, but there is that, and I don't know what, here it is. Here's where I laid the other one. And you can see where the first time around, I got some greens, but it also had more blue tones to it. And so I was trying to pull more of the greens in. And all you've done is just created a background. That's simple. With your magicals, a little rubbing alcohol, and a makeup sponge. Now, if you do not want it to dry as fast, use water instead of your rubbing alcohol. I do recommend that you use a spring water, because the spring water or water from your natural well does not, the chemicals in that do not interfere with the chemicals in your, or the lack of chemicals will not interfere with the pigmentation. So keep some bottled spring water on hand for working with your magicals if you're going to use water, and you will be much happier with the results than just plain old tap water. That's it for me in the studio today. I will see you back here on Wednesday when we are pulling a new stick. In the meantime, remember, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. What other techniques would you like to see me do with the magicals? Because since that's one of Tiffany Solorio's things, that's what we're going to be playing with. Oh, one more thing. Speaking of Tiffany Solorio, I'm going to link her down below. It is time for the Cardmakers Summit again. And I did this last year, had a blast. Some very talented artists walking you through making cards, and it's perfectly free. And if you sign up through Tiffany's link, then Tiffany gets credit for that sign-in, for that sign-up. Now, if you want to be able to watch them in infamy, you can buy the Fast Track VIP package, and there will be information about that when you go in and sign up for the free. But because the free videos are only going to be up limited time, so I think last year, day one's videos all came down when day two videos went up. So you don't want to miss those. I bought the Fast Track package last year because Bob was home for Cardmakers Summit weekend. He is this year too, but I don't think I'm buying the VIP package. I'm just going to tell him he's got to do some stuff because I want to sit in my newly cleaned stamping corner and play with you guys. So check out Tiffany's link down below. I'll leave the link for her detailed video about the Cardmakers Summit. It's a short video, and then she leaves the link in her description box about how you can sign up. That's it for me in the studio today. I'll see you Wednesday. Creative blessings.